Setting up a FiveM server the normal way means reading 50 forum posts, copy-pasting commands you don't understand, and spending hours debugging errors that nobody explains properly. There is a better way. Claude AI reads your server, writes every command, configures every file, and gets your FiveM server online in under 15 minutes. Linux or Windows both work. Let me show you exactly how. Step 1. Get your VPS. You need at minimum 4 GB of RAM, 2 CPU cores, and 50 GB of SSD. Vultr and DigitalOcean both work perfectly. Any provider that gives you root SSH access on Linux or RDP on Windows will work. For the operating system, choose either Ubuntu 22.04 LTS or Windows Server 2022. Before you do anything else, open ports 30,120 for your FiveM connections and port 40,120 for the txAdmin panel. These two ports must be open or your server will never be reachable. Once your VPS is running and you are connected, open Claude Code. Tell it your operating system. It detects everything automatically and adapts every command to your environment. On Ubuntu, Claude takes over immediately. Tell it, install FiveM server on this Ubuntu VPS. Use /home/fivem/server as the directory. Claude runs apt-get update first, then installs all the dependencies FiveM needs: lib32gcc, curl, wget, and xz-utils. Then it downloads the latest FiveM Linux artifact directly from the official runtime URL. No hunting for the right version. Claude finds it and downloads it automatically. Once extracted, it sets the correct permissions, creates the server directory structure, and prompts you for your license key from keymaster.fivem.net. Give Claude your key and your server name. It writes the complete server.cfg immediately. On Windows, Claude switches to PowerShell. Same speed, different commands. It creates the FiveM server directory at c://FiveM server, then uses invoke-web request to download the Windows Server artifact. Once downloaded, expand archive extracts everything. Then Claude configures Windows Firewall automatically, opening TCP port 30,120, UDP port 30,120, and TCP port 40,120 for txAdmin. No clicking through firewall menus, no missing a rule and wondering why nobody can connect. Claude does all of it with netsh commands in seconds. Finally, it creates a Windows scheduled task so your server restarts automatically every time the machine reboots. The server.cfg is where most beginners fail. Wrong syntax, wrong resource order, missing the endpoint lines, invalid license key format. Claude writes it correctly the first time. Your license key, server name, max players, all 4 endpoints, and your default resources, all in perfect syntax with no manual editing. Then Claude configures txAdmin on port 40,120. Once it is running, open your browser and go to your server IP followed by :40120. You get a full web dashboard, player management, server console, resource management, and restart controls. All from any browser, anywhere in the world. Start the server. If everything works, you are done. Connect in FiveM with your server IP and port 30,120. If you get an error, paste the full error log into Claude. Not just the last line, the full log. Claude reads it, identifies the exact cause, and tells you the fix in seconds. License key not valid? Claude explains the keymaster IP issue and fixes the config. Port already in use? Claude finds what is blocking it and kills it. Missing resource dependency? Claude adds it to server.cfg automatically. What used to take hours of forum searching now takes 30 seconds with Claude. 5 steps, 15 minutes. Your FiveM server is live. Linux or Windows, Claude handles every command, every config, and every error. You just give the instructions. Subscribe and turn on notifications. Next week, I show you how to add custom resources and a working database to your FiveM server using Claude. See you in the next one.